If people need to be conscious about how many calories they're consuming, sugar and sodium intake, then we have the food labels to look at. With livestock, we don't have that luxury. So we need to take hay samples to know what that hay contains when we're trying to balance rations for our animals. To get the most bang for your hay sampling buck, it's important to take lots of samples from a bunch of different bales in that same lot of hay. Then that way you get a really good representative sample that covers that whole field. And a lot of hay could be described as different bales that came from the same field, at the same cutting, and were managed at the same way. That way you can determine if there are any differences between a first cutting hay from field ABC versus a fall cutting of hay from field XYZ. So when taking your hay samples from bales that have been string wrapped, whether square bales like this here or a round bale, it's important to go in between those strings to get that sample. The information you can get back from your hay report has things on it like energy content, protein content, the amount of water that may be in that hay, and also will let you know if there's any nitrate issues to be concerned about. This information can help you feed your livestock to their production capabilities. So when taking hay samples from a round bale, it's important to get the probe going in on the round side of the bale. That allows the probe to cut across all the layers of the hay so that you get a better sample of all those different parts from that field. When taking hay samples from a round bale that's been net wrapped, it's important to move the net wrap material out of the way of the probe so that you don't get any of that material in the sample. This is a very small example of what the hay gotten with a hay sampling probe will look like. You can see that it's kind of chopped up into small pieces. When sending a sample to the lab, you need to make sure that you fill up a quart-sized bag of your hay sample so they will have enough to run the analysis on. Contact your local extension office to be able to access a probe like this to be able to take those hay samples. They may have one you can borrow, or they may be willing to come out and help you with that themselves. They can also help you with the form that needs to be filled out to accompany your hay sample to the lab. Pretty basic information, just trying to figure out what type of hay it is and what animals you're trying to feed, but also your extension agent can help you with that as well. The cost of this hay sampling is $10 that goes to the Department of Ag, so pretty good information you will get back with not a lot of monetary investment.